Here's the former Florida Gator Eddie Pinheiro to get us started. And off we go from Soldier Field. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. So here are the Bears now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by a first-round pick back in 2021 from Ohio State. It's Justin Fields.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
They'll start with the option. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, this defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up. But you look at this defense. They were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
One thing you always look for when you're evaluating a defense, how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get? How about last week's game? The number was 6. Phenomenal performance.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Well, anytime he reads man. I think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. A very good kick there, but 15 yards on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And a glance here at their shifty mobile signal caller.
And he just continues to throw touchdown pass after touchdown pass, leading the league here down the final stretch of the year. Guys will say that the numbers and the rankings, they don't matter to him very much. But I don't know how much I actually believe that. Sure, he's team first, but I think everyone would like to see him finish number 1, including himself.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Now, during that run, an injury here. You got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Well, always unfortunate to see an injury, especially this close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. Young now from the 50. He's going to look deep down the field. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 50 yards. And the Oilers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their 2nd drive of the game as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard. Multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league. And big people always end up winning games for you.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement, because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types.
Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked up by Juju Brents. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. But no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. That's to about the 28. Second down coming up. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. A play fake, now Fields to throw. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. And not what you want to see this late in the season. Medical staff is going to check on him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Here's Fields. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
They brought in a heavy set on 3rd down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
Here we go. Good.
More the motion man right. They're going to give it to him on the jet sweep. Oh, and this one may need to go back to the drawing board. He's going to be swallowed up right away. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. To throw is Fields. Under pressure, and down he goes. D.J. Johnson, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Not the start to this one that any quarterback would want or envision. Remember, he had the pick 6, and here he ends up on his backside.
And you have to wonder to yourself, okay, after throwing the pick 6, did he get too careful with the football and not deliver downfield and take that sack? They've got to make sure that he's really into this game.
A gain of 9, not enough, and it's 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Out now comes the Houston offense as you take a look at the playoff picture in the AFC. Well, we do know, Charles, they will be in the playoffs. They currently sit at pole position number 1, but nothing's set in stone right now. They still have to earn that top spot.
And it makes me reflect back to preseason when you and I do our tours of camps. The prevailing message in each and every...
And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Oilers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it's now 21-0. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line. Now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
Here we go.
Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession. But I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
Here we go. Go.
Now Fields. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Moore. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Here comes the Bears punter now as he's on to kick it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. This is taken at about the 14. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown. A great play there. His 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Oilers are able to extend their lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. So this not what we expected. 28-0 here in the first as another kickoff is away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. They've got to be absolutely reeling right now. Couldn't have expected to be down this big this early. But that's the spot they're in as they come up to try again here. They run with Henry on first down, but nothing much materializing as he'll get forward only for about a yard. Oh, boy, Derrick Henry shaken up after that last play and in some discomfort down there. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Oh.
Play action. It's Fields. Can't get away, and he's taken down. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Always unfortunate to see an close to the end of the regular season. We'll step aside. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Moore. Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line.
And that's what we've seen from this defense all year long because they've been so good at finding ways to take the football away. And they just gave us another example right here. A strong defense, that's something you're going to need to rely on come playoff time. And this crew has got one. There's no doubt about that, Brandon.
Now comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. But Charles, they're really stringing these possessions and scores together early. We're still in the first quarter, but if they can score again here, look out.
Yeah, and as you taught me when we're broadcasting games, one word we're supposed to avoid, and that's blowout. But that's exactly what's going on here. Down 3 possessions just the first quarter. That goes beyond any worst-case scenario we might have thought coming into this game. And another touchdown here, that should eliminate any hopes for any type of a comeback.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Young now. Oh, a first mistake for him in the ball game as it's intercepted. And the Bears are going to take possession as they've got it at yard line. So the interception there. And Charles, I'd imagine that's something you can maybe live with in December, but not come January.
And I love how you make the distinction there. You're talking about regular season versus the postseason, the playoffs. Because these guys, they've already clinched a playoff spot, but they know, looking ahead, when they get into the postseason, they've got to take better.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. On play action, Fields sliding out of the pocket. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
It is certainly becoming rarer by the year to see your franchise guy take a hit like that. The defender couldn't believe he had a shot to light him up. So when you take off and run, you have to make sure you can slide, get out of bounds, anything. Just don't leave yourself open to hits like that.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Brian Burns. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. But Charles, this has been something to watch. You really feel for a quarterback. He's been running for his life in this first half.
Brandon, that's 5 sacks already, so you know he's got to be saying, can we get some more guys in here to block, please? Because if we don't, we're going to need another quarterback.
Out of bounds and close. The question, was it a touchback? No. They'll say it crossed out at the 2-yard line. And as this offense makes their way back out, NFC playoff race time, we give you a look at what's going on there. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
Hey, you're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks, if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where...
He's got a man, complete. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Houston. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Oilers are able to add on to their first half lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the route is on here this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the first down run. He has just eclipsed the 13,000-yard mark for his career. What a career it's been. Incredible running the football. Henry again on 2nd down. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times. And what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
3rd and 2, Fields. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Switch, yellow. Ready?
They'll start this drive out on the ground. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here.
A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1 at the 28-yard line.
Go red. Red, cycle. Set.
Looking to throw, Young. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And this will be caught at the 30. Touchdown. A great effort there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Oilers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And it is 42-0.
Eddie Piñeiro set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first-half scores just like this one.
Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is... He's been sacked in this ball game. Here comes the Bears punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. It's taken to the 26. 54 yards on the punt, 12 on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. He's going to go for a big play downfield. He's got it at the 15. Touchdown. A great play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Oilers have got it on cruise control.
The kick is good.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. The Bears offense out there set and ready to go. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
A first down carry for Henry. And he's across the 45. It'll be 2nd down. Fields. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, this is a half where not just the coverage, but the entire defense is setting the tone in this game.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. Fields hit, and the ball is loose. One of the linebackers has got it, and his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. Houston set to take over. And now following that turnover, they've got an opportunity here to try to cash in with good field position before intermission. Throw left side complete. That's Morrow. Touchdown. A great effort there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year. And the Oilers just continue to roll. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Derrick Henry trots back out there and gets ready to go. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you've got a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
Still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. Fields now to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Brian Burns in there for a milestone sack as that moves him past Hall of Famer Michael Strahan, who finished his career with 141.5. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. On 3rd down, Henry. And they'll bring him down here right around the 17-yard line. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here comes the Bears punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. This is fielded at the 27. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And now out comes Houston. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Striker, 3-3. Ready?
On 1st and 10, Young dancing to his left. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a 1st down.
Ready. Here, yellow.
They go play action. Young. He finds his man, complete. It's Morrow. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Boy, he ran free there after the catch as that winds up going for 38. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. Crawford. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. And the offense moving quickly to the line. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Crawford. And power running here down to the 6-yard line. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the 1st down. On 3rd and 1, here's Young. Pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown! A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Oilers would extend their lead here just before halftime. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And the rout is on here.
Bears nothing. Eddie Pinheiro set to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Back to throw. Fields. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And he goes out right around the 39. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
Oh, Fields is intercepted for a 3rd time. And some space here. Down the left sideline. Inside the 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Make it back-to-back weeks now with a pick 6 for him. He had one a week ago.
Talk about being in the groove, and what are the odds of what we're seeing right here? You don't see it happen very often. Listen, if you get a pick 6 in a season, it's been a big year, let alone back-to-back weeks. I'll tell you this, I wouldn't play cards against this guy in the locker room.
Pinheiro's extra point up and good. And that will take us to the end of the first half of play. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Well, we're in the latter stages of this season. Everybody's getting antsy, so antsy that we're going to skip the halftime and get ready for the third quarter. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The lake effect snow set to continue for the second half of action as we are back underway. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Now this offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. Well, this offense, this team, they are rolling right now, Charles. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. You look at the scoreboard, and they pretty much right now got this thing on cruise control.
Yeah, and this is that time of game where you and I have to be prepared, right? Isn't this kind of like that empty the bucket time where you have to go into your blowout material and make sure we have some different things? That's what we're staring at right now, the way this one is going.
They'll start on the ground here on first down. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 69 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Now a first down throw for Young. He finds his man, complete. That's Crawford. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Meanwhile, the throw by Young was knocked away and incomplete. So, Charles, you know, for this offense, we've been talking all year about how difficult it would be to run the table. And you gave me your chances early in the year. You thought maybe 25%. A few weeks ago, you thought closer to 50, but not quite 50. Now here they are, 15-0. This is happening, isn't it?
I think it is, Brandon, because I do believe this team is too invested, too well coached to fall asleep at the switch now. And I think it ultimately benefits them to stay engaged all the way through the season, because make it to the finish line, then they get the open week to refresh and re-energize. But if you get off the gas now, that can really hurt you come playoff time.
Buying time to his left. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. Officially nothing on that one. No gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down.
Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Black Ultra. Ready.
Young on third down. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Touchdown. A big play there. 44 yards.
And the Oilers are pouring it on. Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
So here are the Bears now as they get set for their first possession of the second half.
Don't jump.
Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
Hurry up.
He'll start with a give to Henry.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Now it's Fields. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
50 catches for him now on the year, and he's got a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now left side on the swing pass.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Here's Fields.
To the right side, and he's got more complete. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the third down play. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Here we go. 2nd down and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3.
Oh, hurry up. Sit high.
10th carry now for Derrick Henry. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. He's going to be a yard short. Needed 2, but only got 1. 4th down.
When a good play is made on defense, oftentimes leverage is the key to everything. Defensive line not getting turned, all the other guys making sure they're in the right spot, and on that play, they were able to stop him short of a first down.
And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. Back to throw. Fields. And a quick throw here, that's complete. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
On 2nd down, here's Fields.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Another shot to at least get on the board here. This is 3rd and goal.
Here we go. Sit high.
Out of the gun, Fields. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
And there's another. one of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
Mevis knocks this one through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. I'm kind of surprised by that they kicked the field goal. I guess you get some point. Third quarter, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. Yeah, I'm with you on that one. When you're down that much, kicking a field goal, does it feel a little bit maybe waving the white flag and just want to get out of here? Yeah, I think you got to go ahead and try and get some bigger points on the board.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown. Well, they're just having fun. I mean, they are clicking on every single cylinder, offense, defense, and here, special teams.
And how about the extension of the lead? This one felt a lot like, you remember Seattle-Denver Super Bowl 48? Percy Harvin to start the second half. Seattle was already firmly in control. Now, they feel like they can't be caught.
Yeah, they are firmly in control right now. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And they won't be able to run another play. Time has expired. Back now at Soldier Field. For the fourth quarter, we'll begin with a kickoff following the score on the final play of the third quarter. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Now a first down throw. Fields. Pressure comes and down he goes. Brian Burns. My goodness, make that now 5 sacks for him in this ball game. Really turning in an incredible performance. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From the gun, here's Fields. And the ball is knocked out. And this will be scooped up by the defense. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. And I don't know that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy.
And got his man complete. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 31 yards. And the Oilers are closing in on that 16-0 record as they add on to their lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bears now ready to take over again. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this one. This is...
And a loose football. They'll call it luck or skill, whatever the case is. They're feeling good about just keeping the football there.
Yeah, the biggest thing that they're calling it now, our ball. I mean, they don't care if it was luck or skill, but the panic that jumps up in your chest when that ball's on the ground, whether you get it or...
And Henry's hit. He lost the football. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. but it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Watch out now, 50 Fury.
Young now after the fumble recovery. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great play there. 36 yards. And the Oilers continue to pour it on here in the fourth. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Piñeiro set to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out.
Fields hit and the ball is loose. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. And now 3 drives, 3 fumbles.
What's amazing about it is when we go around and watch practices, how many times do we see them put that sleeve over a football now to make it more slippery and hard to handle? It's almost like they're playing with that.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And got his man. It's caught. Touchdown, Houston. A great effort there. 33 yards. And the Oilers are able to capitalize on the forced fumble by turning it into 6 points. Piñeiro's extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Bears offense now getting ready to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra play.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Brian Burns in there to get him again. That is sack number 6, one off the end. So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long. Fields had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. And when it's said and done, it's a 58-yard punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory.
Cycle. Set.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 14-yard line.
Ultra. Go ultra. Hut, hut.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Crawford. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation.
A gain of 4. And it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
The offense on 3rd down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 7. Now a handoff up the middle. Crawford. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now. And they'll send out their punter now. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bears take over. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Fields and the Bears now with a 1st and 10. At their own 27.
Here we go, son.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
2nd and 10. Fields again. And oh, he coughed it up. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Here we go. Good.
That's good. For the Bears. 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Hurry up, hurry up.
Fields on 1st down. Forced out to his left. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Guys with his talent in the pocket aren't supposed to be getting hit like this, and you know an intense conversation with the offensive line is going to occur after this one. Might not be from him, but the offensive line coach will have plenty to say about this game.
Here's Fields now on 2nd down. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
Brings up 3rd and 10.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he will have the Bears 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
The Bears 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. In trouble, and he's taken down. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
And 16 at the 48-yard line.
Now Fields. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Now Fields. And that will be incomplete as well. So 2 3rd down conversions on this drive, but not able to get a 3rd, and now they deal with 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Pressure comes as he gets this one away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. Out comes the Houston offense as they get set to take over here. And they just... right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. And Young's going to throw it here. Going up top. He's got a man complete. There he goes again, and they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Pinheiro now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the off. Dream about one-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Chicago offense set to get started. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
Now one final throw here is incomplete, and that is how this one will come to an end. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance. Well, by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete domination on both sides of the football here in this one.
It certainly was, and I think both sides compete against each other all the time. You go at each other in practice, obviously your training camps, your off-season. But on game day, you both want to show your best. And I think that's what we saw from both the offense and the defense, a complete team victory.
So for Houston, they have indeed reached a perfect 16-0, but now still one game remains before they join the 07 Pats and the 72 Dolphins as the only teams to finish a regular season unbeaten.